Okay, so today we're going to talk about some shoulder stretches, which is one of the requests we had from the previous video, and try and show you some things you can do either at your desk or around your house or in the office and whatnot. First things that I like to look at when working with shoulders is the position of the shoulders. So most of us tend to stand or sit with a rounded posture, shoulders sitting forward. So the first thing you want to do is try and draw your shoulder blades together a little bit, which helps lift the chest. You hear a lot of that in yoga. And one of the things we use, that I like to use, is the center of the shoulder here should be in line with about the center of your ear hole, right where the sound goes in. So you want to have this kind of position. So one of the stretches that works really well is called chest expander, and it helps open the front of the chest to get that lifted feeling. So Jenna's going to start with her arms bent, and then ideally you turn your palms down first, and that just helps put your shoulder in a safer position. Make sure you have a bit of this lift here, and watch out that you haven't puffed your belly out. So it's a little bit of a core thing too. So you keep your core stable, you have your shoulders back in line with your ear, hands down, elbows bent. So you keep all that first, which might be enough stretch. If you want more, then you try and straighten the elbow a little bit, hands go down, don't lose any of that other stuff. Once you've gone as far as you want to there, you just pause and hold, breathe. If you still want more, then you try and lift the hands, or think about lifting the hands. They won't go very far if you're doing it properly, but you should feel a really strong stretch across the front here. The big thing we're looking for is the distance between the center of your chest and the front of your shoulder getting longer. That's where Pec Minor sits, the primary muscle that causes problems for shoulders and neck. So you want this to get longer. That's why shoulders back is so important. So you find a door frame, you find a wall, just something where you can get your arm up. Same thing, she wants to keep her core engaged. She wants to have that open chest feeling. And again, it's this distance that's the most important. Ideally, 90-degree bend. Or if you want to get into some of the rotator cuff stuff too, then you actually have the arm a little higher. So Jenna's above 90 degrees here, again trying to increase this distance. So if you just slide your arm down for a sec, Jenna, and show us what it would look like wrong, where the shoulder kind of pops forward. So this is what most people do for their stretch, and all she's doing is hyperextending, opening her shoulder too much, and this distance here hasn't actually increased. Ideally, you'd have something that's kind of like rollers, pillows, blankets, something that pulls your shoulders up. Now she's working both at the same time. And if it's a little strong for you, you can start with your arms down here. You can start with your arms flat on the floor. But ideally you want them a little bit raised, and then you would have your elbows straight out from your shoulders and your elbow bent at 90 degrees. Again, if you want to go one step farther into the rotator cuff, you'd actually move your arms up to about 45 degrees. This position, ideally you would stay for at least a minute, more like 3 minutes, more like 5 minutes. If you can do 10 minutes, you'll find your shoulders, your neck, your chest, everything will open up and feel a whole lot better. But any tingling or numbness in the hands means you've gone too far, so either back your elbows up, lower down towards your hips, or come off the blocks and just rest on the floor. So give that a try. Let me know how it works, and if you have any other requests, do let me know.